Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now! Yeah, let's get this over with. Yeah.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Mike Minotti, and I am a Nintendog.
Hi, I'm Jeff Grubb, and I am a Nintendog.
And we are the last of the Nintendogs.
Woof, woof, Barkman.
Today, Yoshi's cookies are spoiling the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And Miyamoto is taking even more steps away from game development. First off, Jeff, how's it going, buddy?
It's going well. It's going good. It's a bit busy. There's always something to be done, but like always, it's a good busy. I am like, oh God, I am running out of time to play some games. So going back to Expedition 33 has become a priority because I think everyone will be mad at me if I don't finish that. So everything else kind of go by the wayside. I'm trying to like play stuff to be ready to talk about things on the Bombcast and on shows like this, and that has to maybe take a back seat because I want to be informed when we have our conversations. So there's a couple of games I'm going to try to get done for sure.
Yeah, I feel like there's some games like, okay, I need to at least try Yote. I'm beginning to feel like I should try Dispatch because that's getting talked about a lot. So it seems like that's going to be a Game of the Year conversation thing for sure.
It'll have its categories at the very least.
Yeah. So I bet it's going to show up in a lot of people's top 10s.
Yes, I agree.
So I'm going to try that. Death Stranding, I don't know. My dreams of playing Metroid Prime 2 and 3 this month before 1 is coming out, that's beginning to look unrealistic for sure. So who knows? Maybe I can squeeze 2 in there at some point. Sorry, I had to set up a microphone thing there. I have so much travel, so I've been talking about it a lot. But I was back from DC this week. I caught a little bug while I was there as a souvenir gift, and I'm trying to shake that before I have to go out to Minneapolis this weekend.
Right.
For the extra live stream we're doing for Giant Bomb at Dance Place, which is going to be an exciting time. Apparently, I'm going to be tortured in a sauna, but that's okay. So yeah, it's all fun stuff. It's just traveling a lot in general. It can be a lot, but that's okay. But at least it's making this month go by fast, which means the Christmas time is going to be here extra soon.
Yeah. That means it's also probably not going to slow down once that Christmas time is here. So then Christmas time will be over before I know it, which I can feel that already happening. And I know it's early, but that's how I feel. Did Resident Evil 4 come out last year, the remake? Or was that 2 years ago? Okay.
That was 2 years ago, sir.
Because I remember on the plane to Dan's beating that game. So it must have been 2 years ago when I did that. And then maybe that's the year.
Yeah, you beat that before you got sick.
Yeah, before I spent the rest of the time sleeping and near a toilet. But yeah, that was nice. So maybe I can try to get something primed up that I can play on the plane the whole way. Not that it's like a super long flight, but that's fine. That's better. If it's a super long flight, I'll fall asleep. What's that, Christian?
You say primed up. You said
No, I would love that to be the case, but not quite. Yeah, no, not quite. You were mentioning 2 and 3, and I was like, I would stand for the fact that I'm a bigger Metroid Prime fan than either Mike or Dan, and then Sean shot me right in the face with like, you didn't even play 3. I'm like, yeah, but that's not what we're talking about here. It's like, oh, there's no argument against that. I haven't played 3. What do I say?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's right. Exactly. And I feel that. I feel like a fake fan. Even though it's like, it's one of those series, like nobody thinks that Metroid Prime 2 or 3 are bad games, but there's nobody, it's like, actually, they're the best one. There's maybe some people who do that for 2. I don't know. But it's always like, yeah, Metroid Prime. Yeah, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I'm at. And it's like, I've replayed Metroid Prime numerous times now. I could have used that time to play 3. And I will at some point. I definitely did the thing you were doing where it's like waiting for Nintendo to do something with those games, and now here we fucking are.
Right, that's the thing, is that I was just like assuming, and you never want to assume things with Nintendo. Of course, we're eventually going to get those on Switch, right? And like, maybe they won't, juice it up quite as much as they did with Metroid Prime 1, but they'll release them. They'll give us something, and just know they didn't, which is a lame bummer, but oh well. Primac. So there we go. All right. I'll take a quick break real quick. We'll be back and we're going to dive into that news. We've got other fun stuff. We got a mailbag to get into today. I see the super chats are popping off. So we're going to have a good time talking with the community today. We'll be right back, everybody. And we are back. All right. Super Mario Galaxy movie. We are talking about that more and more these days. And by we, I mean Nintendo. Can you tell I feel amazing, Jeff?
This is you at the top of your game. This is it.
This is me just absolutely killing it. They announced a direct is coming tomorrow, Wednesday, November 12th at 6 a.m. Pacific. It's going to feature the world premiere of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I imagine we're going to be seeing Shigeru Miyamoto talking during this as well. Probably going to get some cast announcements for characters like Rosalina, Yoshi, if Yoshi has a voice and isn't just saying Yoshi like in the games, things like that. This movie's coming out on April 3rd, 2026. That is not that far away.
It's definitely trailer time. Obviously, it's trailer time. Like that for a movie is about when we start getting trailers. And trailers play for a long time before other movies in theaters. So, yeah, they want to get that out there.
And specifically, Zootopia 2 comes out November 26th. That's kind of the last big animated movie for this year. They are going to want to put this trailer in front of that trailer in theaters because that movie is probably going to be seen by a lot of people.
By every kid, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So time for this thing. So we're seeing some details officially. They kind of released the teaser poster, which is a bunch of toads out on little boats on the water in front of Peach's castle, and they have these fun star-shaped sails. They're shooting stars. They're clearly enjoying that festival. I forget what they called it, but like the Star Festival that we see in the beginning of both Mario Galaxy games, I believe, actually, or certainly before the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, then top of that officially released material in the very short teaser trailer that we saw a bit ago when they announced that this was going to be the Galaxy movie. Pillsbury, the cookie company.
The Doughboy.
Somehow art from they're going to release some pre-cut cookies that look like Yoshi eggs. Not Yoshi cookies, as in Yoshi's cookie. Just Yoshi themed cookies. Which I think to an old head like me feels like they're missing a step, but whatever. This art has come out already somehow, and it reveals the render of what Yoshi will look like in this movie, along with movie Mario doing the same kind of galaxy flying arms out pose as Mario did in the cover for Mario Galaxy 1. And then on the back of this thing, we even have Mario riding Yoshi. Clear look of that as well. I mean, this Yoshi looks like a Yoshi. It's slightly, I don't know. I don't know how I would explain the differences, but there's some. But generally, it's like, yeah, that's Yoshi.
I just put it in chat. You know what it reminds me of? A cover of Frogger 2. He looks like Frogger for PS1. Well, Frogger 2 Frogger. I don't know. Just something about the eyes specifically. Not that that's bad. Those games sold a lot, and I thought that character looked cool. This looks like Yoshi with like the illumination eyes. I think that's the only way I can describe this. Is they clearly want to just have like a library of emotes that they can make these characters do, and it's easier if they just have these kinds of eyes or whatever. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of what happened here.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough to say. Also, he has very blue eyes in this, and I'm like, has Yoshi had blue eyes before? Whenever I look at materials, it's like they're either black or they have a very faint like green iris.
Yeah, I think this is just Illumination House style, where it's like they get these irises that are very bright and colorful and eye-catching, eye. Yeah.
Worth noting that in the Mario Galaxy movie Pillsbury box, we can see what clearly looks like Rosalina's little space station thing there. I think, pretty sure that's what I am looking at, her observatory, I believe, as it was called. So boy, here it comes. I mean, what are you expecting from this trailer, Jeff? Obviously, we're going to probably be seeing Rosalina and Yoshi at least. I wonder if it's a case of like how prompt these characters are going to be. Is Rosalina in the movie sort of a bit? Is Yoshi in it a lot? You're going to be able to make toys out of both of those, which is going to be good news for Nintendo and Universal.
Yeah. My expectations are, that they will kind of introduce the exciting new character that we knew was coming. Make a big deal about that, because I guess I don't know if Nintendo pays attention to this, but I'm sure Illumination and Universal do. They saw what has worked for Sonic, and it's like, just promise the next movie's got these other familiar characters and make a big deal about that, and that tends to make the next movie a lot more money. So I think they will make a big deal out of Yoshi specifically. Beyond that, I don't know. I mean, they'll do the whole thing where they like have the black and white headshots of the actors, and we'll get all those new ones announced. But you already mentioned that. Mostly, I'm like, all right, cool. I think it's awesome that we're doing Galaxy. I want to see how they set that up, like how they like really take advantage of what that could mean. And then I hope one day they go back and do like Subcon, and we can get like Super Mario Brothers 2 stuff, and then Super Mario Brothers 3 stuff in these games in some way. Maybe that's the kind of thing that like shows up like for the eventual TV show that happens, like the spin-off TV show, like that's more cheaply produced. Maybe they save a lot of that stuff for something like that. But I think Galaxy probably is the right move. When it's all said and done, it's like looking at all the options they had available to them. This one is big and exciting and opens up a lot of possibilities. But there's a lot of old head shit that I would like to see make its way into the Mario movies if I'm going to keep watching these with my kids.
The back of that box also, there's kind of like a little kit activity. There always is. There's a kind of weird maze, and one of them is like a bad dead end, shows a Bowser Jr. kind of like painted logo. Right, he always has that ink brush. So Bowser Jr. seems to be confirmed for this. He is kind of the other boss you would always fight in the Galaxy games. He wasn't in the last movie, so it looks like he's going to be showing up as well as another villainous character. I wonder what direction they go for that one, because he has a very kind of very voicey voice, dare we say, in the games. I imagine he's just going to have a bit more of a bratty celebrity voice, like Andy Samberg or somebody's going to be the voice of Bowser Jr., right?
That is exactly the kind of person that they'll get. I don't if it will be Andy Samberg. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was Andy Samberg, but something along those lines. I want to like put my bet for how the movie's going to go, Mike. I bet the movie opens up, and I think we'll see this referenced in the trailer, with Mario on vacation on Delfino Isle. And
you think they're going to go Delfino Isle?
I think for the opening like number, like the opening bit, like it'll be like 10 minutes of the movie. They'll be on vacation in Delfino Isle. Mario will deal with like Petey Piranha or like some familiar boss from Mario Sunshine in the first act, and we'll get a good look at that in this trailer, because that'll be like the first act of like boss or first act villain that he dispatches to show that he's like the master of his universe now. And then all this other stuff will happen. Like, okay, when we get home, there will be the Starlight Festival, and I can't wait to see what happens there. And then things go bad, and it's like, oh, I'm not quite the master of the galaxy though, and so he has to go to the galaxy, and they whisk him away. That's my bet.
Here's my bet. Because last time I called the Yoshi thing,
yes.
I think I called it down to the A cracking at the post credit sequence. I think that this time it's Wario. Wario will not be in this movie proper. Wario will be the post credit tease, and I bet we don't even really get Daisy in this movie. I bet like Wario, Daisy, maybe Waluigi, they're all kind of in the next one as like, and they're showing off like, whoa, look at this kind of bizarro Mushroom Kingdom, and they have their own princess, and this weird guy who looks like Mario, kind of a thing.
I can't believe you stole my thing from Chad. That's crazy.
Let's see your thing in chat. Look, I don't think it wasn't exactly going out on a super stretch there, right?
A lot of people is thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a crazy shot like this Delfino Isle James Bond style opening mini movie first or whatever, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll be curious to see. I wonder what licensed music we're going to be hearing in this one.
I hope it's all of the same licensed tracks from the first movie again. Just do a hero. I need a hero. Just do that 5 times.
Yeah. I will say it's not even like it's bad that they use so much license music, but they pick the lamest shit.
They pick the most obvious shit that they've used in some of their other movies like a dozen times. It's crazy. And so that's why I'm like, that continues to be the thing I'm least excited about, but whatever.
Are you expecting the Kongs to do much of this one? Do you think they're completely absent and they're saving them for an unannounced but probably inevitable spin-off movie?
I think that there is, again, this is a first act thing. If we see Kongs, they'll be in the first act, and then they're left behind with the suggestion of like something could happen in their own spin-off thing here pretty soon.
You think Luigi's going to do much in this one?
Yeah, because they made such a big thing about it being the Mario Brothers. I guess they tend to split.
They did in the
up
last one. This one is just the Mario Galaxy movie. It doesn't have brothers in the title.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he'll be in it, but I feel like it's not like he's going to be with Mario the entire adventure this time. Last time he was
like
kidnapped.
The C plot. Yeah, he was the B plot last time, and we saw him kind of doing this thing. I think maybe he'll be reduced to a comedic effect role.
All right, we're gonna get this trailer tomorrow. A better idea of the Galaxy movie. I liked the last movie. I think I liked it more than you. Not that and I it has a ton of whatever. That's fine. Look, I mean, and I hate to be like, but the references were fun.
No,
but the references
are very
fun.
I had an enjoyable time watching it the first time, especially seeing stuff like the Punch Out references in the pizzeria. And there's a million things like that. That totally works for me. It's just, as a movie, it's a 3 out of 5 at best. Maybe it's like 2.5 stars if I were to be cowardly about it.
Any final predictions for Rosalina's voice actress?
Yeah, who plays Wednesday? What's her name? Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, boy, I've heard that, and that sounds inspired. I think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I think that's
Ariana Grande's not a bad one too.
Oh, Ariana,
for someone in chat named AG, is it Ariana?
You trying to tell us something? AG's telling us about AG. Ariana Grande would be almost a waste because it's like if you're not going to have her sing. I mean, obviously she's a very talented person overall, but man, that voice. The most incredible thing about Ariana Grande is she doesn't just do impressions. She does like singing impressions of some of like the world's greatest singers, like Celine Dion, or is that her name? Like she can imitate that voice, and that's crazy to me.
What would be like the worst thing? What if it was Gal Gadot?
Oh,
Mario, no. we need the mushroom. Go get the mushroom, Mario. That's my Gal Gadot.
No, don't do it. Oh, someone says Sabrina Carpenter.
Kal-El, no.
Kal-El, no.
It'll be Katy. Katy Perry was that Smurf that one time. It'll be her. Yeah, there are bad options out there. We'll see. All right, next up, Shigeru Miyamoto on taking further steps away from development. This is by Ollie Reynolds at Nintendo Life.
If he takes any more steps away from gaming, he might lose his virginity.
It's no secret that it's no secret. What you said just hit me. No secret that Shigeru Miyamoto has taken a bit of a backseat when it comes to game development. Last Mario game he personally oversaw as director was Super Mario Run. After his most recent experience as general producer of Pikmin 4, the creator has largely shifted over to the world of movies. In an interview with Casa Brutus, VGC, Miyamoto hints toward taking even further steps away from game development. He says so on Nintendo currently has other projects leading the other developers leading the charge on new Mario titles. He nevertheless endeavors to play them and deliver feedback. Overall interface, quote here, nowadays I have teammates who help maintain the world of Mario, so I entrust much of it to them. Even so, I always personally play through the first 30 minutes of the game and check the interface thoroughly to make sure it really feels like Mario. He then perhaps jokingly hints they may not even do this in the future and simply leave everything up to his colleagues before expressing his wish to remain healthy until Mario's inevitable 50th anniversary in 10 years' time. Up to Super Mario Odyssey, I feel we've done just about everything we could on the Switch. In the past, whenever a new console came out, we always released a new Mario game, so I do wonder how the current team will take on that challenge. But maybe I'll say I won't look anymore. He laughed. I just hope to stay healthy until Mario's 50th anniversary. So yeah, I mean, we knew that this was happening, right? It's just kind of interesting to hear him talk about it more. I mean, I will say if, I saw the Mario team, recently released games like Mario Odyssey and then Mario Wonder, I would feel pretty comfortable with my, already diminished role being diminished even more and he's clearly doing other important things in terms of being not just a brand ambassador, but leading the charge in expanding Nintendo franchises to these other avenues, movies and theme parks, stuff like the museum. It almost seems like a better use of his time in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, he already did the hard work of establishing the next generation of people that could take over Zelda and Mario specifically. And like he should be able to enjoy the fruits of that labor, which means not having to do the day-to-day stuff. It is a little bit like strange though. Like, okay, so 24, like we're at the 40th anniversary of Mario right now. So that means we were at the 29th anniversary when Miyamoto put out Mario Run. So we're already 11 years into him not working on Mario. So we're basically like a third of the way to him not working on Mario longer than he worked on Mario. So it's just like, oh God, time's already flown by so much. And you're right, some of the best Mario games have come out since then. So yeah, I think like he really is doing pretty good work of navigating Nintendo through these massive new partnerships in Hollywood and in theme parks. And he has the cachet to like go into these places and they'll know him. And so when he throws Nintendo's weight around, it means a lot. And then he can bring back that knowledge and they're kind of not going to be like, how dare you? They're going to be like, well, yeah, Miyamoto kind of, we're going to pay the tax. That's what we're going to pay to get to work with Miyamoto. So yeah, I think this has all worked out really well for them.
Are you thinking about the next Mario game a lot right now? Is that something you're wondering about? Wondering what that's going to look like?
Yeah, so I'm really happy with the Switch 2, Mike. I think it's been really good so far. I like using it a lot. I think that the system runs really well for the most part. I get excited when I'm playing just about anything on there, and especially a first-party Nintendo game. But I do think that I would hear out arguments from people who are like kind of waiting for the Switch 2 to get started in earnest, the way we waited for a long time for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S to do the same thing. Because it's like, okay, so most of the stuff we've received from Nintendo for this thing so far have been Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games, and that even includes stuff like Animal Crossing and updates for Pikmin 4. So in my head a little bit, it's like, okay, yeah, that's true to a certain extent. So what would be like the marker of like, oh, the Switch 2 is fully arrived? Well, obviously a new 3D Mario game. And I don't think they can go all that long, or it's Nintendo, you can't say anything like that, but it would be weird if they went much longer without one. But they just had a game from the Mario team, so it's this conversation we've had a bunch of times now. But and then the Mario movie's coming. They're gonna want to have something alongside that, and of course they have all these Mario games they can continue to sell to people who are in that movie-going audience that aren't paying attention all the time, and they'll do that.
Like Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2, which have recently been remastered and bundled together.
Exactly. So like they're in a pretty good position, like to take advantage of that. But boy, if they could have another new 3D Mario game to sell Switch 2 to these people that like everyone is talking about as like the next, the best thing since sliced bread. That will go a very long way. So, and I'm like, that's what I'm thinking about. And then I'm like, what can that game be? Is it going to be like, is it going to be like Bowser's Fury? Is it going to be more like Odyssey? Whatever they want to do, I'm going to be down for it.
Jeff, stop. This is the police. What's the best Mario game ever?
It's Super Mario World. It's Super Mario Odyssey. Fine, Mike. There you go.
World's a fine answer. It's a good answer.
You hate the 2D Mario games. You wouldn't wipe your ass with Super Mario World.
No, now wait a second. I've always said that even though I definitely like almost all the 3D games more than the 2D games, World is definitely the best 2D game. And it's one I go back to the most. There's a part of me that is still a little bit like, I think this should have been the Super Mario World movie. But
yeah,
going to Galaxy, I get it. I do get it.
It's like they can always pull in stuff and plot points into these kinds of movies and kind of bounce around a little bit. I would think at first I was a little surprised that this is the Galaxy movie, but now it's like, okay, they escalated pretty quick, but I still think this makes a lot of sense. The Galaxy stuff is all going to be really fun for them to play around with and make the movie feel very different. What
do you think they call the next movie then?
Yeah, I don't know.
You already skipped over World. You can't do World after you do a Galaxy, right?
Right, exactly. I don't know.
Universe.
I think it's just called Odyssey, honestly. I think they'll just go to Odyssey.
Odyssey, at that point, if we're thinking about it logically, I guess that's the next thing that can be after a Galaxy for sure.
All right. That's it for the news. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at all of these wonderful super chats that I see. BRB, everyone. All right, Jeff, I'm back. I went to the store. They have a new flavor of Coke Zero.
Ooh.
It's called Holiday Creamy Vanilla. I'm not sure how this is going to be distinct from normal vanilla Coke, which is really all I want is vanilla Coke Zero, which you can't really find very much. So I'm hoping it mostly just tastes like that. I don't want it to be like extra cream soda flavor. I'm not really a big cream soda guy. Brad Lynch said it's cream soda.
As you said that, I was reading that. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Just do.
That's very good.
Do the thing that the lady does, right?
Coke. No, it's mostly just vanilla Coke. It is a little bit creamier at the back end, but that's very good. That is just kind of vanilla. Yes, this pleases me. This is what I wanted.
Vanilla Coke, when it first popped off, I drank so much of that. And then I was like, I think I drank too much, and I was like, I don't need that ever again. But maybe I'll try this. Everyone seems to like it.
It was the most exciting cold development we had. And Pepsi was desperate, and the only thing they had was Pepsi Blue. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah, that didn't work. There's one guy at our lunch table who had a Pepsi Blue every day. He loved it. And I was like, you're disgusting. It doesn't have anything to do with Pepsi at that point. There was no Pepsi in there. It was just some blue drink.
Yeah, I like when Pepsi does the thing of when it bring back Crystal Pepsi. I drank some of that. Ordered some of that from Amazon.
Crystal Pepsi was fun, and
yeah,
I was very young when it came out, so I'm nostalgia for it. Did you you see somebody went through that awful shit tier garbage Coke AI holiday ad? It documented all the times the axles on the truck changed.
I was feeling pretty tired before this show, and I was kind of laying down, just kind of going through my phone, and I saw someone tagged us in that Reddit thread. And yeah, that's boy. Every time I look at that ad, it gets worse. It's I notice more things awful about it. It really is one of the worst commercials ever made by a big major corporation. It's baffling that they think that is acceptable.
It's embarrassing. All right, Jeff, you ready to read these super chats?
Yeah, I got them all lined up here. Let me just scroll to the top and then make this window bigger so I can have all of them on one line. All right.
Before you start, you ever got Pepsi Twist over there?
Yeah, we had Pepsi Twist for a bit. The lemon Pepsi. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I liked Pepsi Max
a lot of their stuff.
Pepsi Max with ginseng and too much caffeine. It was good, and then I drank so much of it in Amsterdam. I had that European Pepsi Max, and it gave me. I think it hurt my esophagus, and that's not a joke. I think that really happened. RT Bix says thoughts on the Guardians pitcher indictments. On an unrelated note, where was Mike on June 27th, 2025?
Yeah, for people who don't know, these pitchers have been. I think they got the one arrested. I forgot if they found Clase or not for gambling stuff. They're fixing games, basically. They're fixing pitches for gambling, which is very bad.
It's very bad.
It's terrible.
For people to know, they will tell the people betting on it what kind of pitches they were going to do during the matches, during the games. So, yeah, that's a big no-no.
I mean, I was already over Clase because not this playoffs, but the previous one. He had this super hot regular season. Also in the playoffs, he was shit. And now it's no, is he shit on purpose? So, yeah, real upsetting, real terrible. It's not, it's not just straight up, oh, this is against the rules of baseball. This is against the rules of the law. So, yeah, throw the book at them. That's terrible. What the hell are you think? I hate sports betting in general. I think that's all real stupid.
Yes.
It's
when Jeff wins, I don't like it.
I mean, it's clearly such a massive problem that is just going to blow up in all these sports leagues' faces. It's the problem is our entire economy right now is AI and sports betting. And if you take those things away, who knows what the fuck happens? It's true. It's a house of cards over here.
Yeah, we had laws against straight up showing instead of having gambling. Then this government came in, they should allow gambling, and now they should allow weird ads all the time about gambling. You gotta put the gambling in your phone all the time. It's what the fuck is this shit?
It has put its tentacles in everything over here, where it's all our local sports channels are owned by gambling companies. It's crazy. You were gonna say something else, Mike?
just the next super chat here.
I'll read the
sorry.
super chats on this show. I was going to get to the next one. No, it's all right. Yeah.
Please forgive me.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even like mad. I just like, you're sick. So you just sit back and let me handle this. Scoop da Poopa says, Mike.
I just wanted to say that name. That's all
I get it. That's fair. I should have let you. Mike, would you rather have $1 in pennies or $5 in nickels? Is that the same number? That would be the same number, right? Of coins. So.
No, it wouldn't. You would have way more pennies than coin. Oh, I see. $5 in nickels. I guess I'd rather have $5 in nickels. It's still a lot of coins, and that's more. And pennies are going to go away soon. Like, they're going to have to accept pennies for a long time until they stop making them, right? So
yeah, but
whatever.
Like, it's going to be harder for these companies to like source pennies, right? Because there's not going to be as many in circulation. So I don't know how long it's actually going to take for the pennies to go away. So
I mean,
you did it, Ryan Davis. Shout outs out to you, bud.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I'll take the nickels.
Simon from Saskatchewan. Mike, play Quest 64 soon? Not on Blight Club, though. It's so bad because it was Nintendo's answer to Final Fantasy VII. It seems like it was made by people who didn't understand RPGs. I've always wanted to play Quest 64.
I have bought a copy of it recently, so I actually own that video game now, and I am curious to try it. The Analog 3D's got to be a real thing at some point. Maybe that'll be like the game I test my Analog 3D with, is Quest 64.
That'd be fun. Magnus Zilla says Quest 64 was just a weird time when people when people were figuring out 3D space, and Final Fantasy VII don't count since it played like 2D fight to me. Or 2D.
2D. Like play like 2D, fight me.
Oh, it's play like 2D, fight me. Thank you.
See, I should read them. I can
you can parse
better.
This. Yeah, absolutely.
I can see the invisible punctuation.
You speak RPG fan. That's the thing. I get it.
Yeah.
Now.
No, I know he's trying to say there that like there's not gameplay wise that much of a difference necessarily between a Final Fantasy 6 and a Final Fantasy 7, but whatever.
Let's see, from Chrono Rig. I heard Jan said that Nintendo should just release the trailer, but I love it that Nintendo does this directs for movies and video games and other stuff. Yeah, I think this is fun. And the trailer will pop off elsewhere. Like, we might not even see the whole trailer here. Like, they might just show off parts. I guess they're doing a direct. They likely will.
We'll see the whole trail. See the whole trail. But I don't mind having Shiggy come and talk about the movie and the cast and some other things. Look, we love Jan. We were going to yell at him and tell him he was wrong on the Bombcast, but we'll do that here.
Yeah, there we go. That's what this show's for.
Yeah. They kind of build community with that because they don't have like conventions or anything for Nintendo. So this thing's like, we're gonna release a goddamn clock for your bed, so we're gonna make it an event so people can like talk about it.
From Adam GC, inhaled Ninja Gaiden 4 over the weekend and think it might be challenging Vanquish for my favorite Platinum game. Platinum still got it. I've not touched this one. Did you play much of Ninja Gaiden 4?
I played it on the site for a couple hours, and I really enjoyed it. But then, I just haven't really gone back to it. And I do. I like it. That's like that. There's a part of me. It's like, well, that was a game that got an 82 on OpenCritic, and there's so much I need to do. And Outer Worlds 2. You know what? I gotta not do that for Outer Worlds 2 because I really liking Outer Worlds 2. And then it was a thing where it came out, and like a lot of people said, like, actually, this game's just okay. And I don't think so. And I shouldn't let these other people influence me. I should just go back and continue enjoying it as much as I was.
Yep. Same. I'm kind of doing the same thing, and I should play more of that, especially since it runs so well on Steam Deck, and I just need to play something. But let's see, Dat-Boy Jerry. Mike, you're going to check out that Tales of Xillia remaster. Obviously a super busy time of year, but you're the only Tales of sicko at GB. It's good.
Yeah, I just saw today that this had come out. I didn't even really realize that. I do want to. The Tales of Grace's F remaster happened this year, and I played through all of that. And it's not too often that I do something like that, and then I'm kind of like, I wish I didn't play through all of that. I should have just stopped halfway through when I was kind of bored. So I'm like a little Tales'd out at the moment. I think generally people like this game more than Grace's F ever was like, but still, no one ever says this is a top tier Tales of game. So it is almost a thing I do want to check it out more than I really want to play through all of it. It's rough because there's, Dragon Quest 1+2. I still haven't touched. Final Fantasy Tactics and feel very bad about that. So it's this is something I can see myself getting back to much later, and probably not this year.
This is from BRTR Berter. Haven't seen any Mario movie imagery in a long time. Forget Yoshi. Pillsbury Mario is looking doughier than usual. A bit off? Definitely a jolt reminder.
I mean, it's just seeing. That's just. It kind of reminds me of the first time we saw movie Mario and that other leak thing for the first movie. Movie Mario, for some reason, looks worse in renders than he does in the movie. He looks really weird in these renders.
He looks rounder and odd. Yeah. In motion, I think that's what it is. It's like they are made this way because this is how they rig up more naturally for the animation for Illumination. So once they're in motion, it's like, oh, it looks natural now, and that makes sense. Kind of just standing there, it's very easy to see all the differences between this and the video game Mario that we're used to. From Zyram, Mike, can we get a tactics start on the next Mega Man?
That might be a good idea.
I would love that.
That would be a good excuse to do that.
I don't want to influence you, but I would love that.
Yeah, I might get to Monday and realize, this game came out, and maybe I should play that instead.
Oh my god, Mega Man, bro! I still think it's a fucking video game. That's such a bad name, bro. Fix it.
No.
It's Giant Bomb. We will never fix a bad name.
So confused.
No, I love that. That's fantastic. I love you were confused.
Something about the fact that we have a Monday night show coming back, though.
Okay. Well, no, the whole thing with Monday Night Combat, I thought he said Pokemon Monday Night Combat is that it doesn't usually happen on Mondays.
Oh, does it? I never looked at it.
Yeah, I think that's what Jan said. I'm like, I didn't remember that part of it, but that's what he said. Okay. Yep. Let's see, from the Uncharted Wolf. Yeah, there we are. Guys, Yoshi could be played by Aquafina. Oh, no. Yeah, I would. Listen, I think that'd be fine if Yoshi had a voice. Why not?
No. I think it'd be fine if he had a voice, but I do not want to hear Aquafina in another animated movie ever again.
Right, but, that's going to keep happening. Aquafina will be in a Mario movie at some point.
No, I think everybody cast her around the same time, and then they all realized, oh my gosh, we all got the same person in our movie, and everyone got real sick of that very fast, unfortunately.
Let's see here. Jay Mall. I'm going to Tokyo for the first time at the end of December because I am going to Wrestle Kingdom. I have a clear day right now. I was wondering if Mike thinks a day at Tokyo Disney is worth it. A day.
I mean, I would. I would move heaven and earth. It'd be the one thing I would do if I ever went to Japan, honestly. And boy, even part of me is like, I would need 2 days because I do want to check out the Disneyland park there and the Disney Sea. Their second park is supposed to be gorgeous, although apparently pretty crowded these days. Apparently, I saw somebody recently complain about how crowded it's been getting there lately. But I mean, you know me, of course. For me, that would be the top tier priority.
From Joe Beezer, Mount Rushmore of legally distinct video games. I'd have to think about it.
Explain to me.
So it's like, we were saying earlier, like when a video game or a thing is very similar to another game, but they change something slightly so they can kind of, like Deku deals versus Deku deals. Well, no, this is Deku deals. There's nothing to do with that thing from that Nintendo
like
property.
Power World?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I have a good Gianna Sisters for Mario. That's good. Moloxis. Yeah, I don't know if I have a good list ready to go for this one.
Much to consider.
Much to consider, as Billy Ray Cyrus would say. Uriel Delgado. Do you fellows have a favorite part of Roman history? Mine was when Caesar got pranked by the Senate and he said, "Yo, Brutus, you got me good." It's pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean, the Caesar stuff is always the most super interesting. And then the fallout of that. There's the Gocki brothers right there earlier. Grocki, something like that. I don't know. I listened to a history of Rome podcaster for a while there, and I used to know more about this. My buddy is a classics professor, and this is his life, so I would hear some of this stuff from him as well. I like Cato. Cato, the young one, not the elder.
OJ's
Cato,
friend?
the younger.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, Cato, big Cato guy.
Okay. I like their roads. I like that the road network and how you could look at a map and how modern day roads, contemporary roads, basically many of them run over the exact same lines because they were already perfectly efficient, or as perfectly as efficient as humans could be. I love that shit. So very cool. Let's see. Dubious food. I was poisoned with the knowledge of what Dan did with the pixelated female form on a Game Boy camera today. Does this man have an off switch, or is this full-time Dan? He's got a volume slider that, well, not a volume because that implies he could be quiet.
The verbosity?
Yeah, verbosity, or just like a performance toggle, where it's like, okay, Dan on stuff is a little bit different than Dan off stuff, but many of the base traits are all exactly the same.
What did Dan do? I didn't hear this.
Well, I didn't hear where this is from. This person, Dubious Food, might be referenced, but I know what it is. He would, because he was always afraid of his mom finding all his nudie stuff. He didn't have much, but he had one place he knew his mom would never check: the Game Boy camera. So he used the Game Boy camera to take pictures of penthouses or whatever, and that was a safe place he could keep some very pixelated naked ladies.
If I've ever met somebody especially seemed to have relatively chill parents too. He was just so mortified of being caught with porn.
Hey man, that shame. You did go to a Catholic school, and then also just in general, Americans are very shameful people. So yeah.
I mean, I went to a Catholic school too, but I still I was, my needs.
You were cranking it
caution.
in restaurants, yeah.
No, I wasn't.
He would have died if he was like a kid around my uncles and aunties, because they talk about sex all the time. He's crazy over here. They had no care for that.
You guys don't have any Puritans down there. You guys got to get some of that. It's nothing but good stuff. True. All right, that does it for the super chats, Mike.
One more came in.
From Shaggy Crow. I got back to Digimon after beating Pokemon Story. It's very good, Mike. If you find the time, you should try it. I think we're talking about Digimon Story Time Strangler, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Stranger, not Strangler. Although I like the idea of a Time Strangler.
Time Strangler's better.
Yeah, I should. My favorite thing about this game has been when somebody took a cutscene of this and compared to a cutscene from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it is actually hilarious.
Yeah, I
this game.
I was listening to the Besties, and I think Plant said it right. That they have done the math, and they know the bare minimum amount of money they need to invest to get all of the people who buy these games to buy in the games again. And they're just never going to spend $1 more than that. And that on the other side of that is voice acting, and they're just not going to do it because apparently they think it will not make any difference to their sales.
Yeah, it's gosh, even looking at the trailers, I'm like, this does look kind of sick. And man, I like Digimon. And have also not actually gotten into really anything very Digimon specific in a very long time. That's something that was it was very late 90s for me. I still have a part of my soul that period of time where I was just on the computer playing Counter-Strike and watching Digimon, and it was good times. It was good, cozy feelings. So I'd like to maybe recapture that.
Yep. No more super chats.
All right. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. If you have any more super chats, we will read them before the end of the show. We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back. We got a mailbag to get to as well, so stay tuned, everybody. All right, we're back. Jeff, you're a dog. I need some letters, please.
Give me letters. I speak English.
Well, I didn't say you could talk.
No.
I don't like that.
Donde está biblioteca? Was that good, Christian? Was that good for you guys? Oh no.
I wouldn't be a dog speaking Spanish. So
just like that. There. Just like the dog that was voiced by Cheech and/or Chong in Oliver and Company.
Uh-huh.
He went from he's a goofy animal now. He evolved. He talks now. He can be an RPG now.
The kind of dog I was being was not like a Chihuahua or something racist. It was a Saint Bernard. So it was a Saint Bernard that speaks Spanish. But the ones that has like the little keg of whiskey around its neck. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's empowering now.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Ezipsis writes, "Hey Mike, now that Mist has been finished for a while, why not change the name to Monday Morning's Misk with Mitch? Also, when we're going to get Jolly Johns at Jeff's joint. The Mist break's not going to be much longer. Part of it is just we took a break for October to play something spooky, and then since then the schedule has just been a weird. Like I said, there's been a lot of traveling happening right now, so like maybe we don't get back to it until maybe after the Game Awards. Even maybe we start before that. But I don't think we need a permanent game change. There's plenty of other things we can do in that afternoon slot until we're ready to dive into Myst 3, which we are absolutely going to do. I'm very excited to play Myst 3.
Yeah, I'm excited
the one that was
too.
always my brother's favorite. So,
those Siberia games got remastered. Is that what it was recently? Or those?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Siberia 1 got remastered. It was interesting because I remember at the time, I never played them, but everybody in the adventure game scene loved those games, or they loved that game at least, the first one. And the remaster seems like it's only being received moderately well, and not because of some poor remastering job, but maybe people just aren't into it anymore. I don't know. Maybe I should check it out at some point, or maybe something about the remaster does look a little off. I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I
think I always get
better.
I think I always get Siberia mixed up with The Longest Journey.
Yes, definitely. There's like another one I like in those 3 that I conflate as well, but I can't remember right now. Yeah.
So, all right. Next up here from Jim. Hey, dogs. I'm off to Paris in a few weeks. So alongside playing some Pokemon Legends EA there, what I really want to try is the Louvre 3DS guide on a modded system. So any place in game you guys want to combine? That's an interesting question. Gosh, I'm trying to think. It's like I would want it to be something portable and relatively quick, that I could play somewhere. But I don't know. I guess there's so many games that are set in Japan. But if I was in Japan, I don't think I'd be thinking about like, oh man, I gotta play some Shenmue right now or something like that, right?
Yeah, I definitely. I think it would be like I'm not gonna bring the game with me, but I will be like, oh, I had played the game right before the trip, and that would be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Rome. I believe that one takes place in Rome, because the one before that takes place in Florence, Italy. So either of those, actually, I'll play 2, and then Rome, and then Brotherhood, and go to Florence and Rome and enjoy like, oh yeah, I saw this in the game. I remember playing those games and just being like, oh, I would love to go to these places one day. So maybe make that happen.
Maybe I'll play for Forza Horizon 3 in Australia. 3 was the Australian one, right?
Yes, right. First one was Colorado. Second one was Nobody Knows. Third one was Australia.
Then England.
Fourth was
Mexico.
England. Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah.
And then now Japan.
And then Tokyo. Okay, there you go. Jamie H1224 says, was Fallout 4 released with Fallout 4 releasing on Switch next year? Do you think the rumored Fallout 3 remaster will come too? October 13th, 2026 just so happens to be Fallout 3's 50th anniversary. I mean, I think, remaster, remake. I think remake, what they did with Oblivion, they are doing that to Fallout 3 right now.
Yep.
That has almost certainly got to be the plan. That has got to be happening, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that as soon as even next year.
I agree. I think we see Fallout 4 remaster earlier, and then the Fallout 3 remaster or remake, I guess it would be late next year or whenever they can get it finished. So maybe that's not till 2027.
I was thinking about that game and talking about my girlfriend because we were walking around the mall a little bit when we were in DC.
Yeah.
It's like, that was a neat thing in that game, right? I always, I like Fallout 3 a lot. I think I talked about before, it's kind of the first big Western RPG I really played deeply and then really got into the genre because of that. New Vegas is probably better, but I have more nostalgia for 3. I'd be curious to see what that game looks like now.
Agreed.
Blaze and Noah says, I ran my first ever half marathon this weekend in under 1 hour and 47 minutes. Super punt. What was the last thing you were proud of accomplishing? That's good for you, first off.
Yeah.
I mean, our marathon was just staying up late and playing video games, but I was proud to make it through that and do well with the bombathon. That felt good.
I was really proud recently of how infrequently I fall. I guess you could say I have a lot of pride in it, and then
Oh, wow.
and then cometh the fall cameth after that, and I fell down because it comes
Oh,
before
yeah.
the pride comes before the fall.
I did. Oh, I did a really good job cleaning my bathtub recently. That thing needed cleaning, and I got
that's
in there.
impressive. Yeah.
I felt really good about it. It's like it was like an hour's process. The thing was filthy. It needed a lot of work, and when it was done, I was like, "Hell yeah, I did it! I'm a hero."
I felt really
2%.
good Sunday when I raised those over $500 on extra
Good job,
life.
Christian.
Yeah, I was proud
I
of
felt
you.
really proud of you too. Sorry I couldn't
Thank you.
watch any of it because I was in
Thank
DC,
you.
but appreciate it.
Thank you everybody that came by and donated and hang out too.
Amy had a Veterans Day concert today and sang Yankee Doodle, and she was really excited because she likes that song. And I was very proud of her because that's the first time she's had one of these school concerts where she wasn't sort of miserable and wishing she was doing anything else. I think she has come around on it, and that was great to see.
Nice. The theater kid energy might be emerging. Tuber says, I had a dream where I went to an all-expense paid trip to a beautiful resort, sipping on drinks and having a good time, and then Miyamoto came out and started talking about the new releases coming to the Nintendo Music app, and I shook myself awake in a cold sweat. That's the worst gaming nightmare you've had. Oh, gosh. I mean, I don't know. Even that sounds more specific than I feel like I can remember any of my dreams being. I could just remember the one time I was playing too much Diablo 2, and like during my I had like all my dreams that night. I just permanently had those orbs with the red HP and the blue mana. Right, they're just in my dreams constantly, just stuck in my vision. It kind of freaked me out. I was like, maybe I should take a break from Diablo for a moment. Then I probably went up and just played Diablo 2 all day again, probably.
I mean, Tetris and stuff, all that, the Tetris effect thing, that stuff would show up in my dreams. Nothing too specific. If I'm having video games in my dreams, there's no way it's a nightmare. Even if this happened to me, I'd be like, yeah, tell me all the terrible things you're going to release on the music app, Miyamoto. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Ted Dark says, everyone seems to love kart racers, and I've never really been able to get into racing games as a whole. What's a genre game that absolutely everyone else seems to love and you just can't seem to get into? I'm actually pretty good with most genres. I've never liked RTS as much as I feel like I should. At some point, I want to go back and kind of play through the campaigns. I think part of my problem is I've always actually tried just playing them like against people, my brothers or friends, right, doing matches. And I just generally wasn't very good at that. I think if I actually just played the campaigns, for a lot of people, that is how they engage with them. I would actually have a better time.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely genres I don't like as much as I would like to, even if I do tend to like them, like JRPGs specifically. It's to me, those are just video games, and they took up such a proportionally large number of pages in the video game magazines I grew up reading. Because the editors of those magazines were super into them, and it's like, oh man, I can't wait to try these things. And it's just, it's the genre's never super instantly clicked for me. I've been able to find the joy and find some games that I did really like, but I wish I liked them more. And like as my kids are growing up, I'm kind of introducing them to some of these things a little bit, being like, I think these would be cool games to get into. And if I were you, I wish I had gotten into them when I was your age and stuff like that. So definitely trying to introduce them to those.
Miracle says, this is referring to us not knowing who a specific pair of characters coming to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds are. Their names are Tangle and Whisper. They are Precious Girls and roommates. Sonic OCs.
Hell yeah.
You'll respect their names. And also, fuck yeah, We Knights is there. Love you, boys. And so happy seeing all this growth. You and the community best. Thank you, Miracle.
Thank you, Miracle.
Where did Tangle and Whisper come from? I like know something about Sonic lore. Who are the?
Are they in like Sonic R? What are they from?
Are they? I think they are just from the comics, like the newer comics, not the old Archie ones that I read
correct,
for a
yes.
while. Okay, so that's interesting, man. Now I'm a little bit bummed out because when I loved the Archie comics, I would have killed for those characters to show up in the games, like Sally Acorn, Bunny Rabbit, Antoine. So I do think it's neat that they are just bringing these characters from the comics into the game. That is nice. I think it's fucked up that it's the Wii Knights design that they're using. Nobody liked Knight's Journey into Dreams or whatever. We are so far beyond that. The fact that they're still like, well, this is the last time we redesigned Knights. That's what he looks like. That is insane.
Yeah, it's
what
unhinged.
are you talking about?
That's crazy. Because it's probably been longer since that Wii game than it was from the Wii game to the release of Knights.
Oh, it's been much longer.
It's been much longer.
Yeah.
That's unhinged.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about like 9 years versus 20 at this point, probably.
That's
or
crazy.
Something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Gosh, absolutely insane. That I just never liked the way Wii Knights looked. That was a game that benefited very negatively to introducing voice acting to it. Because Knights sounded like kind of like Mary Poppins, which was not really what I was imagining for Knights, if I remember correctly. This collar, no, Sean, it's a completely different outfit and everything. They look completely.
I'm looking at right now. No, it's not. It's his collar. That's like the only difference. It's the same jacket and everything.
Knights, Wii versus Saturn.
I don't like when they fight, Jeff.
Well, you just got to let him get it out of their system. Wii versus.
Yeah, I mean
Saturn.
the collar looks real stupid.
Nice.
The jacket looks bad. Yeah. No, it's much worse.
Mike is surrendering. Mike, I'll take this win. Thank you.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's much worse. It's much worse. I hate it. I hate looking at it. I hate looking at Wii Knights. Oh God, like the jacket is so fucking busy.
I will say that I'm like Knight's Journey of Dreams. I'm looking at this character. I dislike looking at him in a way I don't dislike looking at the Saturn one. So let me look at the Saturn one. Saturn Knights. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you never liked him.
The Saturn Knight's definitely better, but you're right. I actually don't like this character in general. So I'll cede my time. I'll let you guys continue.
Once again,
your fight.
wishy-washy Jeff refuses to take a position.
Well, I just don't like him in general. Is the position I'm taking?
Sean is just, taking out Miracle's and everything. Because Miracle's next thing here is, and yes, Sean's taking over as hottest due to current Giant Bomb prior to Jin and Drew before him. Sizzle. That's rare company to be in there with Drew.
I'm scared. I'm scared Chuck's gonna take the crown next.
Yeah, listen, we all have to deal with the rise of Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got married. They get hotter when they get married.
That's true.
I don't know why.
He's off the market.
You're both tall, so you're fine there.
He's taller. It upsets me.
He's taller? Really?
Oh,
Yeah, he's tall.
Damn.
I know.
He had his head so hard in the basement on that thing where we put the two tall guys in the very small.
Did, Jeff.
Oh, of course. Oh,
the
shit.
other night there was an audible crack when I hit
Oh, buddy. Okay, man. I heard Chuck, so it was just bang, thump, and I'm like, and I went in the basement. He's huddled on the floor.
I hit my head. There was like a comical smack sound, and Chuck just looks over where he's like, "Are you concussed?" Were the first words out of his mouth.
Chris 2K says, "Hola, doggos. I was thinking about my personal top 10 video games. I realized that many of my favorites are actually from the last few years. I think we as the human species have become pretty good at making games. So my question to you is, what's the most recent game that you put in your top 10 right now? Mine is Silk Song. Love ya. Bye. I'm pretty sure my most recent one is the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I have in my. This is a fun thing. Good thing I document these right now. That is my number 10th best game of all time. After that, you'd have to go to Mario Odyssey, which 2017 is not super recent anymore, but that's number 2 on my list now. So that one's doing pretty good. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to my top 100 as well, which I've not updated since I did this a few years ago, but Breath of the Wild is number 1, so that's pretty recent. That's 2017. Let's see. Mario Odyssey's a little bit after that. Hades is after that, and that's number 10. That might be the most recent game on here. Yeah.
You play a ton of Hades too, huh?
No, but I intend to still, but yeah, I that's one where I was just like, I know this game's awesome. I'm going to spend some more time with it. I need to play some other stuff I'm a little bit less familiar with. That's all.
Sir. Okay, next up we have the Entire Wolf says, "Hey dogs," on Letterboxd. Jeff gave The Godfather 4 stars out of 5, while Christian gave it 5. Meanwhile, Jeff gave Godfather Part 2 5 stars, while Christian gave it 3.5. I need you two to debate this, as I recently watched both, and I'd say they're equally 5 out of 5 star masterpieces. And Mike, I hope your day is going good. All right, get at it, you two.
Yeah, you just don't like it as much.
Why?
I don't know. I just like the first. I think the first movie is perfect in a way that the second one is not.
Okay. Yeah, like that. And that's how my star system works as well. It's like the 4 star just means, oh, I love this movie, and 5 stars means this is one of the best movies I've ever seen. I suppose I could probably say that about Godfather 1
really
as well.
Good ending. Yes. Sorry, Uncharted Wolf in chat says it has. It's true.
Yeah,
Facts.
I really like bouncing around the timelines and seeing how everything relates. It's good stuff.
I'm not a big fan of that either. Like
Okay.
I get it, like young him and Italy going back and forth. Cool. It's great. I think 3 is a little bit harsh. I would give it like 3.5, 4.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, but yeah, it's just I was like when I rated those, I didn't. I should recently watch it, but it wasn't like the day I watched it. Maybe if I rated the day I watched it,
Yeah,
I would have given it 4 stars.
Right, I need to do the
like
same.
A week afterward, and I rated like one after the other, and in my brain is like, this is not near good as the first one. But yeah.
Okay, so to summarize my argument against you, I'll kill you, Christian. There you go.
Fuck, not again.
There we go. Vegeta897 says, those kinds of games where you almost have to crack open the wiki to get deep in from what you've seen or used, what are the best ones, or just a good experience you had looking something up on one. I'm impressed by how thorough some of the big ones are, like Minecraft, Factorio, and Bulbapedia. Oftentimes, I leave certain pages open in my browser as reminders or to-dos for something I want to get to or check out next in-game. Thanks. Yeah, a lot of JRPGs are like this for me. Very recently when I did Earthbound, that was a game. It's like, yeah, I should just have this like online guide open at all times. Actually, it's just sort of helpful. Even when I was playing through all the Final Fantasies back in the day, there was GameFAQs had great guides. There was like one guy who did a bunch of Final Fantasy game guides. It started with an A, his name, I can't remember, but he had amazing guides for all of them, and I love just reading those. And I would kind of like read ahead to where I thought I was going to be my next play session just to get a basic idea and then of certain things to look out for. And then would kind of play that and then go back. It was good. It was fun times.
Yeah, there was a recent game where it's like I was, I don't use guides very frequently. It's just the thing where growing up, I was like, I'm too prideful to do this. It's definitely something I've softened on, but it's not my first instinct. And that's not like, I still don't want to use them. It's like, no, I just don't even think to use them sometimes. So I was surprised recently when I did bring up a guide. I can't remember the game, and was like, oh man, guides have really come a long way. Like I'm on this IGN guide and it's interactive and here's a map you can click on and you can like filter by just the stuff you're looking for.
Was it Silksong?
It was probably Silksong, yeah.
Because people have made some good maps, interactive maps for Silksong that have been
probably
helpful.
Silksong.
Because it was probably when you were looking for the fleas, right? Because that's when I needed it.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Because I got down to the last couple and I was like, I can't find them anymore. And so I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Wish I would have just done this a long time ago when I was playing that game. I wasted a ton of time. Anyway, I did that and then I immediately was like, I don't need all this fancy shit. Just take me back to GameFAQs. I just want text and Control F, and I'll figure it out on my own. And I don't know why. Well, I know why I felt that way because I'm an old man. But yeah, so I have been using GameFAQs a little bit more frequently, and I'm getting my AYN Thor soon. And again, one of the plans is a guide on the bottom screen, a game on the top screen, and just like going along in some of these other RPGs that maybe I wouldn't have beaten otherwise.
Mark Sun says, with the Supreme Court set to possibly strike down many of Trump's tariffs this session, do you think Nintendo stays firm on the price of Switch 2 going forward into 2026? If the system gets less expensive to import, I was confident price hiking was coming, but now I'm less sure. Thanks.
I mean, it's just tariffs are a massive problem and very unpredictable because of who has been behind them. And you kind of, so yeah, that's one thing. But let's say they were completely off the table. Let's say they became illegal to do tariffs. Even in that case, they're not going to lower the price. One, because every price increase a company makes is a hard-fought battle. And they never cede that ground. But then there's also just like other factors pushing prices up. RAM has like tripled or quadrupled in price in the last little bit. It's not going to get cheaper either. Like the RAM's going to be more expensive going through all of next year. And that's going to probably potentially cause more price hikes because it's that expensive. So there's no way that these companies lower the price unless it is part of a response to like sluggish sales or something like that. And really even then they could just do frequent discounts and keep the price kind of where it is otherwise.
It's always something with this. We can't catch a fucking break. First was like the crypto shit. Was like the pandemic. Now it's the AI shit driving the RAM up because it's not the same RAM. It's not the same like the RAM
No.
that you use for AI. It's not the same
No,
that
but it's-
we use for. But the manufacturer is going to try to make more of the AI one because that's what
That's what they're
the
putting on their
market
investments.
demands.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so they're not gonna make as much as the RAM we need, so that's gonna drive the prices up.
And it's like even if AI collapses, it's like, well, they did not make those investments when they had money. Now they don't have any fucking money, so yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, fuck it, I hate it here, Chef.
Yep,
Help me.
it's bad.
Help. I don't know what to do. Why is
All right,
Mike
next.
laughing? Why is Mike smiling all the time?
Dan's threatening me. He's posted a picture of him playing Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero on some handheld device in front of his infrared sauna thing. So he's preparing my torture chamber, essentially.
Let's go. Don't water bar people, please. I was just gonna say that. Thank you.
Shout outs to Mike for being game for all this, because again, this does start to sound a lot like torture. So yep.
Jace Pie says of Illumin. I will say at first, his first idea was like, "Will you beat Mortal Kombat Mythologies in the sauna?" I know. And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I saw that. I like sometimes I just let the conversations happen in notifications, and I'm like, I don't need to check in on this. I saw you be like, I don't remember how to speed run that game. I'm like, all right, that's Mike just saying no. So then when Dan was like, Mike agreed to this, I'm like, what? What he did? No way. That's crazy. And then I'm like, not to beat the game. Like, oh, okay, thank God.
Beat Windu,
have
and
you
I
guys
like.
ever noticed that Dan's ideas for torture never involve Dan getting tortured?
Well, of course not. No, of course not. And if it did,
No,
it wouldn't be fun for all of us because he would just whine about it. Yeah.
Well, are we bringing back? Are we gonna do the that VR noobs and Love on a Leash thing together? Can we just make sure that he's the one who has to do that? Everybody.
I have the file.
That'll be nice.
I have the file.
It would be insane. It would actually be insane if that is a thing and anybody but him gets picked for it.
I agree. Yes.
And he's gonna do his thing. He always does. Like, folks, if you want to give it to me, that's okay. I will accept it. Blah blah blah. He'll act like it won't bother him. It will bother him so much.
Yep. Oh boy. Okay, that was a good Dan impression, Mike. Good job.
Thank you, folks. James Pye says if Illumination Nintendo make the wrong choice and not having Kazumi Tokata reprise the Yoshi voice, could we all live with Chris Pratt doing double do for this one? He's so cool. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course we'd be happy if Chris Pratt was the voice of Yoshi.
That's what I'm really hoping for. I just don't want to be greedy, you know?
I want Chris Pratt to only be the voice of like fat baby Yoshi, which we better see fat baby Yoshi in here as well. It's maybe my favorite form of Yoshi.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that we will get that whole life cycle happening, like when we saw the xenomorph life cycle in Prometheus.
Screaming Man says, "Hello, last of the Quanchis. I've been playing the classic Mortal Kombat on the Legacy Collection. Play through the original MK, unlocked a memory I had where at 4 years old, I played Mortal Kombat as Sub-Zero and spammed to win against Raiden and somehow pulled off Sub-Zero's spine rip fatality. My mom rushed to get my brother and I out of the arcade. Anyway, what is your earliest memory seeing graphic video game violence? Also, fuck Mortal Kombat 2 and its unfair arcade AI, but Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 wasn't as cruel."
Oh, before you go, my mom will beat the shit out of me on Mortal Kombat all the time, and she will just like, be ruthless at it. I need to play that game with my mom. Just show her and like remind me when I was a kid, she would just give me no mercy. That was crazy.
I think we had a field trip to the local skating rink, the little arcade, and it was like one of the first times we saw Mortal Kombat 2. It was a Catholic school, so our principal, who was a literal nun, I think, unplugged the arcade.
Oh, incredible!
Unfortunately, but generally it was like just so exciting. It was funny because back when I was talking about being kind of like afraid of Mortal Kombat, which you think is an opinion I would share. I talk about being a coward as a kid. I thought Mortal Kombat was cool as hell. I loved Mortal Kombat. It was just it was a bit of a fad, and I was like super into it. I'm like, this is actually the coolest thing in the world. All I want to do is play Mortal Kombat. I think I told the story before when Mortal Kombat 3 came out for home consoles, and we wanted our mom to get it for us. When she was like checking out, the guy at Best Buy cash register was like, who is this for? Like implying that we were too young, and she was just, without missing a beat, was like, it's for my son in college. I don't know, whatever. So I was like, okay, good, we still get it. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, love Mortal Kombat.
God, my earliest memories of like graphic violence in games. There was like an early sort of Doom-like game in like the catacombs. Catacombs might have been in the name, and there was like a floating eye, and it really scared me. And when you would kill it, it kind of like squished and died in a bunch of blood, and that really stuck with me. God, man, actually, I think this might be it right here. I was just like looking it up.
Yeah,
Let's
like Mortal Kombat 1 is like the first one I can really think of. There's a lot of really bad, bloody, like early AOL Flash games kind of things where you would shoot Barney. That was a whole genre of video game there for a while.
Yeah, I think it was Catacomb 3D. Yeah, that's it. Catacomb 3D. It really frightened me. Yeah, Mortal Kombat though was like the one where it's like, oh my god, this is intense.
JD Camp says, "Hey Sean, Dan claims all the alt milks taste the same as regular milk. Can we get a milk challenge at Extra Life? This is like the Coke Zero thing."
Oh no! Oh, it runs so much deeper than that. Why would you remind me?
He
thinks all milk tastes the same. He thinks skim and 2% taste the same. When
That's
skim
insane.
may as well be water.
That's insane.
Now he was like,
Insane.
he did a good job, with the Cokes, and he came around and be like, you know what? I can tell the difference between this and Pepsi and all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
I think he just says that, even though it's like, yeah, he's probably never had skim milk and whole milk close enough to each other for his bad memory to remember what
That's
the
what
one
it
even
is.
tastes like.
Yeah, because that's what it is for me. Like if you told me to explain the difference, it's like academically, I know that skim milk is watery, has more water content than whole milk. But like, remember what that difference is like. I couldn't really tell the truth and say I will be able to explain the difference beyond anything academically.
Okay, but here's the thing. He also thinks Baja Blast and sugar-free Baja Blast taste the same, and that's just insane. It's like your favorite
Again,
beverage.
if
How
we
can you
gave
think
it
the
to
one
him,
that tastes like
yeah, he would be able to tell the
one
difference.
tastes like cough syrup.
I
How can
know.
you possibly think that?
I
The
know.
man's taste buds are cooked, as far as I know.
Yep, that's true.
Right. And input name here says AYN Thor update. Any experiences with DS/3DS games like Rhythm Heaven? Is Jeff going to play it in a sauna this weekend?
Mine gets here Thursday, hopefully, because that would be right before the trip, and I would maybe have just enough time to set it up, because I would love to bring it with me. But I don't have mine yet, and really, when we did the quick look, I had not even held the thing yet, so I was just kind of learning about it alongside everybody else, and then I got to use it very briefly, and then we were like leaving the next day. So I'm very much looking forward to getting mine. I will report back after that point.
Toshi said, "I keep reading about the AI use in Arc Raiders, but I haven't seen any citation of a specific interview or dev blog saying this is how we are using Gen AI to create voice lines. I've seen it said that they're using real voice actors' work to generate new lines. I've seen that text-to-speech is used, and I've seen that they've used AI during the brainstorming phase. I'm not saying any of this is acceptable or good, but given how muddy the Arc Raiders conversation is, it seems really poor implemented AI disclosures that result in hot shots golf, self-reporting for speed tree. Feels like the window for productive definition and clarity has closed outside the most egregious examples."
Yeah,
Whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Like they're the ones not being like wishy-washy about it, not answering the question. Why is that a thing?
Yep.
Why can't you just come out and say how you use this technology? If it's so good for like the the production pipeline and all that stuff, maybe it's not as good as they make it to be.
Yep, they could solve this themselves. You're right. I think it's as simple as that. And because they haven't, I think that might speak some volumes. And they've not come out to deny any. Like, this isn't now a commonly held belief that they trained on voice actors, and because I think the reason that people buy that is this is the same exact story that was used for the finals.
The finals.
And they never corrected it there
Yeah.
either. So it's like, I think
Jeff,
that's because it's true.
I did some digging because
Yeah,
I
please.
want to be informed before getting mad about any of this.
Yep.
PC Games End did get an interview a couple of weeks ago. It says 2 weeks ago. So if people want to look that up, it says like the title is Arc Raiders dev, quote, in no way uses generative AI whatsoever, yada yada. It's kind of a long title. But there is an interview in there where they talk about it. And the designer says, the one they call out is that with the voices, it is an AI-powered text-to-speech system. And so that's where
Right.
the quote of is built into the voice actors' contracts, that they voice the lines, but then is in the contract that they will use the AI text to speech to then create new voice lines instead of bringing them back in. So
Okay.
that's where that's coming from.
All right.
And then they are still a little cagey about other ways to use AI. They're kind of just
Right.
like, yeah, we use it to like accelerate the development. I lost the exact quote here. So they're still a little cagey about it, but that's where that one comes from. So it's still like, hey, you didn't have to do it this way. You kind of just stepped on a rake with this one. So maybe you just shouldn't have done it that way.
Yep. Sounds about right.
And you know what? Pivot. Your game's making $1 zillion, right? It's doing super well. Pivot right now and just
Pay the
hire
people.
those voice actors. Come in whenever you need to do voice lines.
Yes, and the whole that's the difference. Also, I would like to make the difference between the machine learning stuff they use to train the robots. That's not AI. It's kind of AI, but it's not. They've been using that for.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing that came up with the LLM, but machine learning's cool.
Yeah. Machine learning stuff is cool. And to the people saying like, oh well, I saw some people saying like, well, the actors like they agree to that. It's like, yeah, but it's not like they have other option. Otherwise, they wouldn't hire them, to make the voices. So it's either doing that or just not having a job. And most people want to have the job,
Yep, and again, they have all the money in the world now, so just pay them. Mike, you're muted.
I sneezed and forgot I muted myself.
No worries.
My concerns aren't just, protecting people like voice actor stuff. That's part of it. It's, it's beyond that. It's just, I think that this stuff is going to be bad quality and kind of just lame in general, and I don't want you doing it.
Yep.
There's no reason to. All right. Tashi says, that's the one I just read. Next up is Bet Left Shrimp F. So, Mikey, did you fix that furnace? No. And I want to be clear. The only reason I was even thinking about trying to fix it myself finally it was because, I came home and the furnace wasn't working. It was cold in there. It was very cold. So, I called a couple places and they're like, oh, we can't get anyone out today. Then like the one was like, probably can't get anyone out today. Wait a moment. And, you'll talk to our scheduling person, which I thought meant like I was going to be transferred. But then I realized, they're going to hang up on me and that person might call me back later. So in that moment, I was like, can I just fix this thing right now? So I like looked at it and I was looking up some things and I was like, I don't know if I should be doing this. So I just called more places and eventually found somebody who came over. The furnace actually kicked on like 30 minutes before the person came here, but still, it's clearly a problem that it took that long. So he basically just cleaned it, the sensor and stuff like that. So I'm good to go now, and I did not burn down my house.
Great.
Lenny Cool Dick Denver says, hey, Mike, died repairing a furnace, Minotti and Jeff. About to play a 15-hour blading around game Grubb. What will Nintendo show at the Game Awards? I'm assuming they'll show a 30-second commercial for Kirby Air Riders in a sizzle reel comprising of scenes from that earlier commercial. Yeah, they never have much at the Game Awards. So, I think a 30-second commercial for Air Riders and maybe Metroid Prime 4. That'll be still a very new release. Probably a Switch to sizzle reel.
A Switch to sizzle reel is what I'm expecting, yeah.
And the movie. Some of the movie, for sure.
Maybe some of the movie. Maybe
I guess that's
Mario
possible.
Galaxy 2 stuff.
Yeah. Keeley would want that, yeah.
Yeah, but nothing crazy for sure. Michael Riley says, coffee mugs are the metaverse of the kitchen. Always an eclectic collection of random ones together. Is that why you hate the Fortnite metaverse? Mike, I mean, I hate all sorts of metaverses and multiverses. Lots of things with verse at the end that I'm not a big fan of.
Converse.
I hate the word. I'm sorry. I had to put this out, and I'm in terms of, I hate when motherfuckers say verse when they're talking about shows and stuff. They talk about a character and they say like
the Seinfeld verse or whatever. Verse, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
they just say verse.
It will be, they should say verse, and I'm like, you motherfucker, say the whole word, mother. It's so crazy. Sorry.
That is it's especially bad because that's like a Joss Whedonism, because that's how Malcolm Reynolds would talk about the galaxy in Firefly, like, we got the fastest ship in the verse. So that's bad.
It's fine. Sorry, Mike.
Beef Hammer says, hey, Jeff and Mike. So you two know me for a while now. I like to just ignore people getting riled up by gaming news and enjoy my gaming. But I think I need to let out my feelings about the news cycle from a few weeks back, even if it makes me out to be a crying fanboy. And of course, talking about the release of Once Upon a Katamari, including on Switch 2, lack of coverage about it. But playing it and having a great time. New changes to the formula really make it feel like the dev haven't missed a beat. That music, we finally get more Katamari music. I just really want to spread the word about this release because if enough journalists play it, the hierarchy of power in Game of the Year discussions is about to change.
Yeah, I've been playing that. I've been enjoying it.
And I'm going to. I've finally played Katamari this year, and I like it. So people have enjoyed this one, so I'm going to get to it. All right, that's it for the mailbag. Let's take one more quick break. We'll clean up any super chats, talk about any games we've been playing, and start wrapping things up here. BRB, everybody.
Bye.
All right, we're back. Jeff, what you've been playing Nintendo-wise recently?
I've been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I know. I bought it last night. I started some of it this evening, and I'm glad I got it because I think it's fun. But the kids were like, hey, we played a ton of Twilight Princess. We played a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. They were goofing around there, but they played a lot of it. So they're really familiar with that world now. Emmy watched all of the cutscenes with me. We kind of just went through the library and watched them all. So she was interested in the story. And if you were interested in the story of Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom, and you want more and a lot more story, this game's for you. That is the big thing I think with these games, and this one's continuing that. It's not just there's a lot of cutscenes. It's they're going significantly deeper on these characters than Nintendo would ever go on them in their games. And I don't necessarily need that, but while playing this, I'm like, oh, I'm glad this exists. This is really cool for the Zelda super fans who really care about the lore and kind of don't think the vague characterization, which again I like from something like Tears of the Kingdom, is enough. So, well, yeah, if you want something more laid out, more literal, just another story, here's what happens to these characters, here's them interacting with one another. There's just a metric fuck ton of that in these games. And then on Switch 2, these games are kind of fun. They are still just Musos, but they have a lot going on in terms of all these different meters you're building and these sync attacks where it's hey, if you do enough attacks next to this other character you could play as, you guys will both build a meter, and then once that's up there, now you can slap hands and do an attack together. And all these attacks feel super overpowered. It's yeah, we don't care if this huge guy that you've been struggling with, if once you do this attack, basically you're just gonna fucking melt him. We're not worried about anything beyond that. We just want you to feel cool and powerful. And they deliver on that. And it super helps that the game runs at 60 frames per second. It looks buttery smooth, and I think it looks comparable to Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo Switch 2 version. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Am I going to play a lot of this game? I don't know, but the kids took the Switch from me, and they're continuing to play it. So I might kind of play alongside them, and maybe we'll kind of conquer it together. So yeah. Enjoying it and glad I got it.
Yeah, aside from just not being a huge Muso person, my biggest hang up about the Switch ones, the Fire Emblem Warriors and the Age of I always forget the name of it.
Age of Calamity?
Age of Calamity. Yeah, Age of Calamity. I was like, this game's look terrible. I'm not gonna play a sub 30 FPS
Age of Calamity was especially
game.
Bad, yes.
Right, exactly. And I'm like, absolutely not. This one seems a bit more intriguing than that just because of the performance stuff. Also, Calamity was so weird. It's it wasn't a canon story. And it's not that I care, but why isn't it? What are we talking about? Why not make it a canon story if it's a Zelda spinoff thing? It is so directly tied to that one specific Zelda game, right? It's not like Hyrule Warriors, the first one, which was yeah, of course, whatever, that's not canon. It's kind of goofy, and it's bringing in all these different Zelda things. So, I don't know if I'm going to try this out soon, maybe never, but I'm not disgusted by it.
Yeah, someone was asking, do you need to should you have played Age of Calamity before you play this one? No, this is it's more self-contained with Tears of the Kingdom. I almost said it, Twilight Princess again. Where it is all about that loop and that story and how those things connect. So if you've played Tears of the Kingdom, you are going to be well set for this game. And because it's all about Rauru and Minoru and the big mech guy and all that stuff. All that's in here. And yeah, so nothing really from Breath of the Wild, other than what has already carried over from two Tears of the Kingdom?
I've been playing Dragon Quest 1 on the Dragon Quest 1 plus 2 HD 2D collection, but having a good time. It's just been very chill and pleasant. There's a point where I got to you're just kind of playing through, going checkpoint, and I got to a boss, and the boss was too hard, and he killed me, and I was like, hell yeah. That just doesn't really happen very often, these kind of games anymore. They're just always designed so just by going through the game, you're always kind of the correct level. So the fact I'm like, I had to grind, that's so hot. Let's do it. And I'm like, I'll do that for a couple hours. Watch this really long video about Star Wars TIE Fighter. That sounds like a fantastic time to me. So, I was hoping to get a, kind of like simple but interesting. And, even though it is a remake and there are some bells and whistles, you still clearly see like, yeah, this is the start of this genre. This is how a lot of these tropes were developed. It's really neat seeing the origins of all of that. So having a very good time with Dragon Quest, all sorts of Dragon Quest stuff going off. We saw another trailer for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined during that Sony State of Play Japan show today. They're kind of showing off just how reimagined it is. I think it seems like a pretty decent time to be a Dragon Quest fan, even if we don't really know what's going on with Dragon Quest 12, which is a game I don't expect to hear about anytime soon. By the way, that TIE Fighter video is from a channel called Space Cadet Rewind. He does long video essays on all sorts of space flight simulator combat games like that. I think he's done some Wing Commanders. The genre that I'm getting more and more interested about as I become an old man. I'm like, I should go play Wing Commander.
Shit.
That's where I'm at now.
I want to say I've been there my entire life. I should go play Wing Commander and still have not. I definitely played some Wing Commander games as a kid. But I don't know if I played like the right ones. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, are these the ones that people are into? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So
because I had a 3DO. I feel like there was a Wing Commander game for 3DO, and I saw like the promotional video for it. I'm like, this looks amazing. I also was intimidated by it, so I never actually played it. I think Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger was on. I think that's the one with like the Mark Hamill and all the live action videos. Cutscenes, or maybe right.
And then of course, like all of us, I watched the Wing Commander movie with Freddie Prinze Jr. in theaters, and Matthew Lillard, I think. So yeah, that's real shit.
All right. Why don't we have any more super chats, Jeff?
Yeah. I think we got a few in here. Let me go ahead and click the button if YouTube will agree with me. Let's see here. Nope, YouTube is going to crash any second now. Let me just refresh it real quick.
YouTube's going to be doing that.
Yep. Okay, there we go. We are back in business now. We did this one. Okay, from AK, the disrespect for Forza Horizon 2, literally the best one, is insane. I just forgot that it took place in Italy. So
I don't think I ever played that one somehow. It's just one I don't know. I just didn't have any experience with it. I like Italy though. That's neat.
Man, I think I'm at 5 is the best. Man, 5 just won me over when I tried it recently.
I don't know if I heard was the best one.
I feel like I usually hear 3 brought up as the best, as the most popular.
3's probably the one that I like the most before that, but just 5, I don't know, really hit me hard. In terms of like just sitting down and chilling out with a game, I think 5 was perfect for that. But maybe that's not what other people.
There's no way to check.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no way to check.
So now Sean is saying. Sean's saying 4 is the best. So it seems like there's a decent spread of opinion. Unless you're the
4 is good. I don't like England as a setting all that much.
yeah, but guys,
in Europe, man.
4
introduced a battle royale.
That's that. Right. I did like that. I did like that.
Cool. I spent like 200 hours in that battle royale. It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Antonio Morales, what's the wait time on the Thor? I'm also waiting. It was about, I ordered like right when I got home, so it's been like a week, but I also did DHL, so the slightly more expensive shipping. So I bet it's like 2 weeks normally, and hopefully yours comes soon.
How much? Oh, it's just because it's not DHL, the slow thing. It's just them.
It took like a day and a half once DHL got it. Yeah,
because DHL shows up at my door sometimes. Like, what are these guys doing?
Right? Is DHL
is
DHL German? It feels like they're German, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, but they're good.
They're good stuff. Cycle 50 says, happy to hear you guys mention doing some more Columbros. Thank you so much for all the Game Mess content. Now, thank you, everybody. It's we're kind of at a point where we're pretty tapped out in terms of stuff we can do. So we love doing these podcasts and Columbros and a few things here or there. And I'm glad to hear people are still into it. Definitely want to keep doing more. But yeah, I appreciate that. And Columbros is fun. That last episode was a good time. Yep. Dubious Food. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 reptile eating, screaming people legitimately scared me as a child. Yeah. I
feel like there was something about the way Mortal Kombat looked that I never took it that seriously or got that afraid of it. It was so video gamey too, and I was like that with video games for a while. It wasn't until the PlayStation 1 era where I thought video games actually could really be scary, right? Or even some of the FMV stuff we were getting before that. I'm much more disturbed by like fatalities these days. I'm like, this. I don't know if this is fun anymore. Actually,
yeah, it's especially rough, like in certain contexts. When I think they were like Daily Show showed some fatalities from a recent Mortal Kombat years ago, and I was just like, oh, kind of wish they wouldn't do that. This makes games look pretty rough. You guys got to just play the game and kind of keep it contained in there, because then it makes sense and doesn't feel as bad. L. Grug says, because the Lions play the Eagles next Sunday night, is Jeff no longer friends with Jason? Should make a bet, and the winner gets the mug from Mike. Yeah, okay, I would like that.
I still owe you pizzas. You haven't cashed that in yet. Don't take pity on me. I'll give you your pizzas.
Okay, I will. I'll do that soon here. Actually, maybe I might even have you like buy pizzas for my family while we're at Dan's. You can feed my kids.
Okay,
that
sounds good.
Yeah, I will be very mad at Jason about the Eagles, without a doubt. Tubbs says, did you guys see Old Spice had already leaked Yoshi a month ago, as well as those desert skeleton guys from Odyssey? Oh, desert skeleton guys from Odyssey.
Oh, that makes more sense. No, I didn't see that. I missed that.
I heard this, but I didn't see Old Spice Mario skeletons. Let's see here.
What a Google search. Like from that Mexico kind of area?
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying here.
With the maracas?
Yeah.
Or the sambas? With the sambas,
yeah. Okay. Did Old Spice just leak a Mario movie, and it's a YouTube video?
Oh, I see it. Look at this. He's behind Luigi. Yeah.
My problem is
that Yoshi render.
I binged it by accident. Okay, let's see here.
I knew you were binging.
Oh, yeah. I Googled it and got it right away.
Yeah, Old Spice Mario
and it's literally the same Yoshi render that is in the freaking cookie thing. So, yep, that is,
Look at that.
And that is just
right there. He's right there by Luigi.
There you go, then.
Okay.
Desert. It's called Desert Detour. Ooh. And then Yoshi's fragrance is
Brooklyn Bounce
with the scent of smashed fruit.
Man, you don't search Brooklyn Bounce on TikTok. That's not safe for work, everybody.
Too late.
All right, I think I'll go back to YouTube, but I'm pretty sure that does it for the super chats. It does. Mike, we're all caught up.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. We're going to be having some more stuff pop off on Giant Bomb. I know that Jeff's going to be watching this direct early. I'm going to try to join him if I'm feeling up for it. Again, feeling a little under the weather, so I don't normally like Mondays as it is, but or mornings. Mondays, whatever.
Mondays or mornings, yeah.
Yeah, but so we'll see. I'll try to join that. But yeah, we're gonna see this trailer soon. We got Jeff's got a new Blight Club game tomorrow. It's a lightning round, so you want to be there for the reveal of his costume and his game. It's gonna be exciting stuff. And this weekend, Jeff and Sean and I are gonna be heading to Minneapolis for our Extra Life Marathon on Saturday. So this Saturday, everybody keep an eye out on Giant Bomb. We'll be going pretty much throughout that entire, main day there. Gonna be a good time. We're looking forward to it. Thank you to everybody who's been contributing to the Giant Bomb Extra Life team, including Christian and so many others. It's been a good time. But yeah, there we go. Anything else, Jeff?
No. Exciting. Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, the game night is a weekly thing now on the Discord, so go check that out. It's gonna happen every Friday night.
Get in the Discord if you're part of the Patreon community and everything. Bye, everyone. Oh yeah.
beat it.
I have to make precautions for butt stuff.
Most people are beating it right now.